What's up, everyone? Welcome to my YouTube channel, Tam Psych Advice. Please subscribe because Tam Psych Advice is kind of hard to spell, and if you lose it, you may never find it again. And I want to see all your comments and all your thoughts. And I want to explore Enneagrams together with you guys because I love, love, love the Enneagram. Do you also? I think what's cool about the Enneagram is it takes you deeper into the psyche. It can take you from the healthiest version of yourself to the most unhealthy. And if you're diving into unhealthy versions of yourself or layers of yourself, then you can do something about it. It gives you insight into your inner world and what drives you and what motivates you. So today I wanted to focus on 3, 6, and 4. Confusion. I like to look at things from a variety of angles, from psychological angles, so that we can understand them better. And just because I'm curious, aren't you curious? So I'm going to give you something new, something fresh every time. So today we're going to look at these 3 Enneagram types and just how they deal with confusion. So Enneagram types 3 and type 6 have some similarities and differences in terms of how their personalities shine through. So we're going to start off looking at 3 and 6, and then we're going to slide into 4. So what are the similarities between type 3 and 4? So when I say confusion, I don't mean confused individuals. I mean how we can confuse these types. Because honestly, there have been people that I could swear were 6s, and then I meet a 3. I'm like, why are they reminding me of each other? So I just wanted to explore it a lot deeper and share with you what I found. So when we look at similarities between 3 and 6, they both have a desire for security, which is kind of shocking to me. And they seek stability and strive to be creative or to create a sense of safety in their lives. I mean, I knew that about 6, but I didn't know that about 3. They both can have a fear of failure. Both types have a fear of failure, although it manifests differently. Type 3's fear failure in terms of not achieving success or recognition, and 6's fear failure in terms of not being able to handle life's challenges, or they want to protect themselves from potential harm. And both of these types are hardworking and responsible. They're both diligent and responsible individuals. They value their commitments and work hard to fulfill their responsibilities. And I find that so appealing about both of these types. But let's look at how they're different. So the core motivation, type 3's core motivation is to be successful and admired. They're driven by the need for validation and recognition from others. But on the other hand, type 6's core motivation is to find security and safety. They're driven by the need for guidance and support. They're also different by their self-image. So type 3's tend to project an image of success and achievement to the world. They often present themselves as confident and competent individuals, the 2 C's. Type 6's, on the other hand, may project an image of loyalty and caution. They display a sense of skepticism and seek reassurance from others. And then their response to stress. Type 3's tend to become more workaholic and perfectionistic under stress, and they may become more driven and focused on achieving their goals. Of course, because they're 3's. But type 6's, in contrast, tend to become more anxious and skeptical under stress. Of course they do. They may become more cautious and seek reassurance from others. I think what's tricky is that 6's can also be super successful as well. When I think of 3's, I think of the people who love to work and network and connect in that way. So overall, while type 3 and type 6 share some similarities in their desire for security and a fear of failure, They differ in their core motivations, self-image, and response to stress. And I know I've seen some similarities between 3s and 6s. I know I have. And it's that fear base, it's that charm, because there's something very appealing to me about 6s, but 3s can also be very appealing, is what I'm learning and discovering and figuring out. So the core motivation of type 6 is to find security and safety. 6s have a need for guidance and support, and they seek stability in their lives. They're often concerned with potential threats and work to manage their fears by seeking reassurance and forming alliances. They kind of know how to draw people in. If you ever see that kid that maybe they've had a lot of chaos and craziness in their lives, but they know how to make people like them, how to get the teachers to help them. They kind of have that something that makes them do that. A common fear of type 3s is the fear of failure. 3s are afraid of not being successful or recognized for their achievements. They may worry about being seen as incompetent or not meeting their own high standards. A common fear of type 6 is the fear of being without support or guidance. 6s fear being left alone to face challenges or dangers. They may worry about making the wrong decisions and not being able to handle difficult situations. So now let's get into type 3, and I want to compare it to type 4, because to me, type 3 can be kind of somewhere in the middle, where I see this sort of this way that they draw people in, but that flavor is their fear, which to me can make a person a little bit more interesting than the person who's just plain Jane, got it together, wrote ABCD. No, these people are driven. They don't want to be unsuccessful. What is driving that? Could they have had a narcissistic parent that would degrade them if they didn't do well? Or, what is it? They're both being driven by something, right? But then I think you could also see a little bit of 4 flavor in a 3. So let's explore this a little bit more. So Enneagram type 3, also known as the achiever, and type 4, known as the individualist, may appear similar in certain aspects, but have distinct characteristics that set them apart. Both types are driven by a desire for personal significance and can be highly creative individuals. However, their motivations and approaches to achieving their goals differ. So, Enneagram 3 individuals seek validation and admiration from others by striving for success and recognition. They are often ambitious, competitive, and focused on achieving tangible accomplishments. They have a natural ability to adapt to different situations and can be charismatic and charming. Type 3s may sometimes prioritize their image and success over their true feelings and may struggle with a fear of failure or being seen as unsuccessful. See, I think Enneagram 4, they can't relate to some of that because they're not driven by, I gotta be successful for. It's like a different motivation because they want to be successful also, or they can want to please people and make people happy and impress people with their unique way of completing a task. So 4s can be very sensitive as well, but there's a little bit of a difference in the sensitivity. So on the other hand, Enneagram type 4 individuals seek authenticity and emotional depth. They have a strong sense of individuality and often feel different from others. So type 3 might be Mr. or Mrs. Popular, while 4 might also be kind of popular because they're unique flavor for some of them, but they feel very different inside. Like, why am I not fitting in? Type 4s are highly creative, introspective, and in touch with their emotions. They value uniqueness and may express themselves through art, music, or other forms of self-expressions. Type 4s can experience intense emotions and may struggle with feelings of envy or longing for something they believe is missing in their lives. So while both type 3 and type 4 can be image conscious, their motivations and ways of seeking validation differ. Type 3s seek external validation through accomplishments and recognition, while type 4s seek internal validation through authenticity and emotional depth. Type 3s may focus more on success in a more traditional sense, while type 4s prioritize their emotional well-being and individuality. That's just how I see it. So for me, when I look at some Enneagram 3s can be extremely charming, but I think that there are 4s who can also be very unique, or there's a uniqueness in their style that could draw people in, especially if they're more extroverted. You might see that a little bit more. And so when I see the 3 acting like a 4 outwardly in my mind, where there's like a unique flavor to them, like something super engaging that draws you in, I'm like, that's not a 4 acting like that. No, but they're more achievement driven, more I'm connecting with people because I like to network, and I know how to connect with people, sort of thing. It's just hard to explain, but that's why I wanted to take a deeper look into all of these types, right? So Enneagram type 3 and 4 individuals, they can share certain traits such as creativity and a desire for significance. However, their motivations and approaches to achieving goals and focus on external or internal validation sets them apart. Understanding these differences can help individuals of both types better understand themselves and navigate their relationships with others. So, have you ever had any confusion between 3, 4, and 6? Maybe you can help me out and just tell me, like, how, like, do you see them as similar in a peculiar sort of way? Or do you see them as completely different and you think I'm totally off the mark here? And by the way, if you like studying personalities and you know Myers-Briggs, then I've written a book for you that talks about all 16 different types. And it's titled From ENFJ with Love. And if you struggle with your love life and want a relationship with a 3, a 6, or a 4, then you might want to check out my book, Flip the Script on Love. And if you're having trouble with some pesky narcissists, my book, The Workplace NaRCISSiST, it's going to describe narcissists in details and help you out in that area. So check those out. Links in the description box. They're on Amazon by Tamara and Zyon. And guess what? I'll see you on the next video. Be sure to like this one, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks so much, guys. Bye-bye.